the defending champion, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
My life has changed since becoming world champion. I'm in a new position in the division and I've got new goals to set, new guys to knock out. So,
professional boxing is a top level, yeah? But many people not do a lot of smart work. Just sparring, just back and go home. Not healthy food, not stretching, not recovery, just training, take money and hey-hoo! It's bad. It's not long. You not belong for.
In a surprising twist, Daniel Dubois has linked up with Oleksandr Usyk's camp to sharpen up for his big title fight with Fabio Wardley. This isn't just casual training, this is an elite collision of talent as Dubois looks to reinvent himself and reclaim heavyweight prestige after setbacks, signaling he's dead serious about dominating Wardley and re-establishing himself at the top of the division.
my life has changed since becoming world champion. I'm in a new position in the division and I've got new goals to set, new guys to knock out. So I've got to start on the 19th by taking all the belts.
9, just hold this last one out. Nice deep breaths.
How can you start training at this time instead of the mornings?
It's for how you be fighting really, innit? And it's much cooler, innit? It's training in the day. You be boiling.
No, it's 40 degrees in here, easy.
Oh yeah. I like to eat. Makes it harder, but it's not too hard. It's bearable now. Bearable. But it's good. It's always good work.
I was thinking on fight nights, is it warm under the lights?
Should be warm, yeah. It'll be warm, unless you're fighting winter. This time I'll be ready. We'll be good on the night. I'm just gonna be in the zone anyway, so I won't feel nothing. So yeah.
A couple of things we've added, but on the fight night you'll see if them come to fruition. Right now it's the hard work, the grind in the gym, the everyday sort of work, and just keeping on top of it is what I'm doing right now.
Recover.
How's he looking in camp?
Best he's ever been. It's a different force now. It's the size of him, man, you know what I mean? He's ready to go.
Keep pushing. Let's go. Good. Right, let's go.
Oleksandr Usyk speaks highly of Daniel Dubois after hitting pads and drills with him in camp. Usyk highlights Dubois' strength, power, and willingness to put in the work, showing deep respect from a world champion. Even someone with Usyk's skill sees real danger in Dubois' punching power and discipline, proving Dubois isn't just tough but a genuine threat.
Crazy brain. Yeah. Just crazy brains. Böyle polis gangster. No, Polish gangster. Yeah. It's a very dangerous guy.
Let's go.
He seems pretty calm.
Yeah. You know?
Should be warm, yeah. It'll be warm, unless you're fighting winter. This time I'll be ready. We'll be good on the night.
Don Charles is the man who coached Daniel Dubois through his rise to heavyweight champion and is now back in his corner for this camp. He describes Dubois as a rare all-around athlete gifted in strength, speed, and balance. His praise underlines that Dubois isn't just powerful, he's a complete athlete ready to impose himself on Fabio Wardley.
Right, let's go. Good. Let's go.
Daniel's a 360 athlete. He's a well-rounded athlete. Daniel could, if you took Daniel away from boxing, he could be an American football player, he could be a rugby player, he could be a sprinter. Yeah, so he's one of those, he's gifted in the sense physically, he's gifted, you know.
Daniel Dubois' voice cracks with power because those punches are elite-level force. He's one of the hardest hitters in the division with a massive knockout ratio built on devastating right crosses and punishing combinations. His ability to unload heavy leather with precision puts fear into every opponent's mind and makes Wardley's task that much tougher.
Good jab. 3 shots. Short after. Good. Good shot.
Dubois' ex-trainer stresses that Wardley is no easy target. He's tough, unpredictable, and deadly when his back is against the ropes and his punches start to land. He highlights how Wardley punished former foes and says Dubois must remain disciplined and focus on boxing fundamentals rather than wild aggression. It's a reminder that while Dubois has elite power, his technique and patience will be key to victory.
Fabio Wardley would be a great fight, but it is not, look at what he did to Parker. But Parker went in there trying to knock him out. I don't think that's the plan. I think, you can't, like, Fabio's been hurt and he looks hurt many times in his career, but he's always like, he's got that Nigel Benn, he's at his most dangerous when he's on rocky legs. So yeah, you just got to stay disciplined and keep him honest.
Fabio Wardley makes it clear he isn't intimidated by Daniel Dubois at any stage of the fight. He claims he's just as sharp, quick, and powerful early and late, and does not see a specific moment where Dubois has an edge. Wardley acknowledges Dubois' strength and toughness, but insists his own complete skill set will match Dubois from start to finish.
Because I'm just as sharp, I'm just as quick, I'm just as powerful in them early stages as well, or as proven in other fights in the later rounds as well. So I'm not worried about either early, late, the middle of the fight, or whichever else. So, like, I know he's dangerous throughout. He's strong, tough, can hit hard, but there's no particular singular stage I'm worried about.
Daniel Dubois paints this fight as a deep water test and promises to bring everything he has against Fabio Wardley. He talks about putting the heat on early and forcing Wardley to deal with his power and pressure. Dubois believes that if he executes his game plan and his camp has prepared him properly, he can overwhelm Wardley before he even settles in.
Take him into deep waters, see what he's like in deep waters when I'm putting, bring the heat really, just bring the heat, bring what I can do, and he might not even get that far, so it's just, it's putting it all together, making sure this camp goes.
Ade Oladipo lays it out with brutal honesty, acknowledging this fight could literally go either way. He describes Fabio Wardley as a violent puncher with genuine stopping power, but warns that Daniel Dubois' heavy leather early in the fight can turn the tide on its head before the champion even settles. Oladipo specifically points out how Wardley dismantled Frazer Clarke's face and suggests Dubois' explosiveness and ability to absorb punishment makes every second of this fight dangerous. For the audience, this clip shows that while Wardley is feared, Dubois hits with such force that Wardley must respect his power or risk getting stopped early.
Just as soon as you fight, he's dangerous until the final second. Whereas I feel maybe with Dubois, maybe the energy starts to sap after the first 6. I think we know now. And look what Wardley done to Frazer Clarke's face. I've never seen something so scary in the heavyweight division. Again, ringside to see it. And you can still see the dent in Frazer Clarke's side of his face. So Wardley for me. That punch power comes from...
Paul Smith brings a veteran's perspective to this clash, pointing out that if Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley trade heavy leather into the deeper rounds, it becomes a very different contest. Smith notes that Dubois has shown vulnerability late in fights before, and when fatigue sets in he can sometimes look for the exit more than pushing through adversity. For fans, this paints a picture of a true heavyweight showdown. Explosive early action with Dubois' power versus Wardley's stamina and pressure. It suggests that the later rounds could reveal who's mentally tougher and better conditioned, making strategy as important as hard hits.
In my opinion, if the fight goes late, yes. If the fight gets past 6-7 rounds and it's a war and it's a tough fight, I think when things start getting tough and difficult late and he starts to tire late and the fight gets up, then I think I've seen him take a little step back or look for the way out. And that to me is probably symbolism of what's been happening in the past when
Spencer Oliver puts his finger on what separates great fighters from good ones: mindset. He explains that while Daniel Dubois boasts brute strength and physical power, he also needs mental clarity and self-belief to truly dominate someone like Fabio Wardley. Oliver highlights that his trainer Don Charles isn't just sharpening Dubois' fists, but fine-tuning his mental edge so he can back his physical gifts with unwavering confidence. For the audience, this reveals the psychological side of the build-up, that Dubois' success won't just be about power but about belief and focus when those punches really count.
It's all about mindset. Don recognises that. It's not about the physicalities with Daniel Dubois. Never has been. Yeah. You know, he's a big, strong guy, and like, if you get his mind right and he's that self-belief there, and that's what Don will be working on with him.
Paulie Malignani gives a fascinating insight into how Daniel Dubois carries himself differently in big moments. He points to footage from the Usyk rematch where after a massive fight celebration others bask in the moment, but Dubois simply walked past it, a sign of his relentless competitive focus. That behavior might come under scrutiny against Wardley, a man who thrives in big occasions. Fans will see from this clip that Dubois doesn't get distracted by celebrations or spectacle. He stays locked in on the prize at hand. That mental discipline could be the difference in a fight where physical power alone won't decide the outcome.
I would have maybe took one in between, especially a puncher like Wardley. Dubois is a strange one to me, though, you know, because if you look at even in the Usyk knockout, I observed something in the Usyk knockout in the rematch. You see Usyk celebrating a center ring. It was a magical moment for him. He celebrates in the ring. Yeah. Dubois just gets up and walks right past.
Spencer Oliver sums up Daniel Dubois' mentality, perfectly describing him as a fighter who doesn't need confidence-boosting tune-ups. He thrives in the big fights straight away. Oliver compares him to other warriors who come alive in the spotlight, and states that Dubois bounces back from defeat with even greater hunger. He points out that while Fabio Wardley may be a slight favorite based on momentum, every fan watching knows Dubois' power puts him in the conversation with any heavyweight on the planet. This clip tells viewers that Dubois' psychological edge comes from a refusal to shy away from challenges and an ability to dig deep when it matters most. Exactly what you need in a world title fight.
Some fighters need a confidence builder, because it's a psychological battle as well as a physical one. He's not wired that way. So Daniel Dubois, boom, he'll have forgot about that last defeat. He'll want to go straight back in their fight for titles. It's the perfect fight for Daniel, and also the perfect fight for Fabio, because you look at this and you go, it's one of those fights you can see both guys winning. Yeah, Fabio will start marginally favourite, but Daniel Dubois hits as hard as any heavyweight.
Don Charles is blunt with his message, and that's exactly what fans want to hear. He isn't sugar-coating anything about Fabio Wardley's aggression or toughness as a champion. Charles explains that talk won't matter once the first bell rings. That's when Dubois needs to show he's learned from past mistakes and stand his ground. He even challenges the bravado by daring the opposition to match Wardley's intensity, implying that Wardley's pressure could overwhelm fighters who aren't disciplined. The way Charles frames it tells us Dubois has built mental toughness and isn't afraid of Wardley's firepower, but he also knows exactly how dangerous Wardley's forward momentum and jab can be. This is not just hype, it's a warning that this fight will test Dubois' discipline under fire. Charles's words set up a real tactical battle at the highest level in British heavyweight boxing.
Talk is cheap, talk is cheap, but we're here to talk, we're here to sell the fight. And the reality is that when that bell goes...
Sell it correctly.
When that bell goes, I promise you, Fabio Wardley is going to be in Daniel Dubois' face, and there's nothing that any of you guys are going to be able to do
horrible
to
jab
stop
hits his
what
teeth.
Fabio Wardley is going to do to him.
Big horrible jab.
If I can interject, I dare you to fight like that. Okay, I dare you to approach the fight like that. It'll be even over quicker than you can blink. Don't blink.
Ade Oladipo nails the big picture here, explaining that this fight isn't just about Wardley's belt. It's a pivot point in a heavyweight division. Whoever wins on May 9th will open doors to massive future fights against the elite like Oleksandr Usyk or other top contenders. Oladipo points out that if Dubois can topple Wardley convincingly, it puts him right back in the title picture and avoids a third clash with Usyk that many fans don't want to see. For Dubois, this is redemption territory. He's tasted the top before, been stopped against Usyk, and is now fighting not just for a belt but for legacy and career direction. For Wardley, it's validation, proving he can defend and then step up to even bigger fights. This clip tells the audience this bout has stakes far above a single title. It shapes the future path for both men.
Look, I look forward to it. I think it's an incredible heavyweight fight. Obviously, no undercard announcers yet, but the winner of this fight will have to fight Oleksandr Usyk, surely. insane that if it's Daniel Dubois, we don't want to see it a third time. If it's Fabio Wardley, then most definitely. If Daniel Dubois wins, it has to be Caballero. That's the route. If Wardley wins, Usyk. If Dubois wins, Caballero. I think that's the route. You take it, but...
Johnny Fisher's insight gives fans a behind-the-scenes glimpse at what makes Daniel Dubois dangerous. He's been in the gym with both Dubois and Fabio Wardley and describes Dubois as a warrior who combines mental toughness with genuine boxing skill. Fisher highlights Dubois' ability to recover from adversity in a fight, something that could be crucial when Wardley applies pressure. He emphasizes Dubois' combination of power and technique, calling him a lethal mix of aggression and boxing intelligence that can change the course of a fight at any moment. This tells the audience that Dubois' threat isn't just brute force, he has ring savvy and adaptability. Fisher's words reinforce why so many experts still back Dubois to win when you break down his warrior mentality and technical capability.
He's everything that we see that he is, a warrior. His mental toughness and the ability to come from looking like you're in trouble to just swinging it out and getting someone out of there. So he's also a great boxer.
Frank Warren nails the essence of this fight, and he isn't holding back. He describes it as don't blink, because from the opening bell both Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley are coming with serious stopping power and intent. These aren't two boxers itching to play it safe, they're knockout artists who walk forward and try to end fights. Warren's words set the tone for a brutal electric clash where the crowd won't have time to breathe. For Dubois, this is a huge opportunity to show he still belongs at the top of the division after his past setbacks. Wardley may be undefeated and strong, but Warren is essentially guaranteeing fireworks when these two trade leather across the ring. Fans tuning in can expect a war from round one, a fight that demands attention, and a moment where either man's reputation could skyrocket or be tested to the limit.
Called Don't Blink, it's called Don't Blink for a reason, because the fight, as soon as that bell goes, they are going to be out and out trying to knock each other out. That's what they do, these two guys. They knock people out. They're brutal punchers, and you're going to see something extra exciting and special.
As we count down to May 9th in Manchester, the stakes couldn't be higher for Daniel Dubois because this WBO heavyweight title clash with Fabio Wardley is more than just a fight. It's a chance for redemption and resurgence. Dubois is trained with Oleksandr Usyk's camp and rebuilt with Don Charles after lessons from past setbacks, aiming to prove he can control the ring and command the tempo from bell to bell, not just rely on raw power. Wardley, on the other hand, is unbeaten and confident in his own strength and sharpness, calling for a battle at all stages and promising brutal action. If Dubois wins, he not only becomes world champion again, but cements himself back among the elite and sends a message to the division that he's fully rebounded from past losses. But if Wardley shocks the world and defends his title, it cements his rise and opens up mega fights with the very best. So who's mentally stronger here, the hungry former champion determined to reclaim glory, or the unbeaten king ready to prove he's bulletproof? We want to hear who you think wins. Tell us your prediction in the comments, because this is one fight that will define 2026.